Blog article from Grace Daily. August 10, 2026. Title: Surrendering Worries to God, Finding True Peace in the Midst of the Storm. Written by Grace Daily. Summary: in a life full of challenges, surrendering worries to God is the key to achieving true peace. By understanding the verse 1 Peter 5 verse 7, we can practice healthy faith and experience help from God. Here is the full article. Surrendering worries. Every day, we are faced with various kinds of worries and problems that can make us feel overwhelmed and helpless. However, as Christians, we have a firm belief that God is always with us and ready to help us in facing every challenge. Verse 1 Peter 5 verse 7 reminds us to cast our worries on God. This verse says, "Cast all your worries on Him, for He cares for you." It is a clear and unequivocal command from God to cast all our cares on Him, so that we can experience true peace and live in rest. Why give up worries? Surrendering your worries to God is not an act of weakness, but rather an act of courage and wisdom. By surrendering our worries, we acknowledge that God is more powerful and wiser than we are, and that He is able to handle any problem we face. Cast all your worries on Him, for He cares for you. 1 Peter 5 verse 7. By surrendering our worries, we too can experience the true peace that only God can give. True peace is not the absence of problems, but rather the presence of God in the midst of the problems we face. How to surrender worries? Surrendering worries to God requires healthy faith and a close relationship with God. We need to understand that God is always with us and ready to help us in facing every challenge. We also need to pray earnestly and cast our worries on God. In prayer, we can ask God for help and guidance, and cast all our worries on Him. By surrendering our worries to God, we can experience the true relief and peace that only God can give. We can live in firm confidence that God is always with us and ready to help us in facing every challenge. This has been an article from Grace Daily. May it bless your faith journey.